Okay, this is the last chapter, and this one is very useful for your project because here you learn about some of the troubleshooting techniques. By the way, we have used them in our lab when we were testing the connection, some of them. Like, what is the most famous troubleshoot command? You know, ping, yeah, ping, the one we used in the, yes, correct. Also, ipconfig, it will show you the IP address in your network. So troubleshooting, what is the definition of troubleshooting? It is the process of identifying, locating, and correcting problems. Okay? And documenting it. Please don't forget to add to it, documenting it. Okay? So it should have a detailed description of the problem. What are the steps taken to determine the cause of the problem and how you corrected it, and documentation about this. Why do we need the documentation? Who can tell me why we need it? First of all, for the record. Second, for training. So if the problem happen again, we know how to fix it, correct? So you need to, how do you gather the information? You need to talk to the user. You need to determine how much of the damage is there, how much of the network is damaged, how many computers are affected. Okay. So you need to understand what is the nature of the problem. Okay. So you need to do an end user report, problem verification report. Then you need also to mention the equipment. What is the made of the equipment, make, model, who's the manufacturer, what operating system is installed, who owns it, and what is the warranty information. Is it under maintenance contract or not? Is it ours or leased? Okay. Then you need to test the configuration and topology. The physical and logical topology should be there in front of you. Configuration files, log file. What are log files? Log files is where you have the log files where they have what are the who have done this change and when. These are log file, or log file for your Windows server. When was the last time it was shut down, or when was it updated, or when was a backup done. These are all, you can find it under the log file اللي هو السجل. Like if we have a log file for our lab here, then you will have a log file where you enter who is using the lab at this time, what time did they enter, what time did they finish, like that. Then also you should have information about previous troubleshootings, what steps were taken, and which results were achieved. We have, yes.
Can troubleshooting occur in the update? When you update the device?
Very good question. I received this question before, by the way. Sometimes you receive, you want to upgrade your operating system, or you want to upgrade one application. Always back up before you do that, because sometimes the upgrade of the application or operating system might give you some problems. So, so you don't want to lose any of your data. Okay. So for troubleshooting, we use the structured troubleshooting method. With the structured, we start from the cable itself. And if you come and tell me, oh, I don't have internet connection or network connection, the first thing I will check is what? The cable and the computer, CPU, screen, are they switched on? Okay, all of this. Okay, so the first thing is to check a physical, okay, because most network problems reside in the lower levels. Okay, so we implementing the bottom-up approach is often effective. So troubleshooting method is bottom-up. Bottom-up means you start from the physical layer. Maybe the cable here is loose, or your access point is switched off. If you are using Wi-Fi, you will have a wireless card on your computer. So you need also to make sure it's turned on. Wi-Fi is turned on. Sometimes the Wi-Fi is off, and your mobile, maybe your mobile on plane mode. So these are physical. Okay. Yes. So you start with the physical. That's why we call it bottom-up structured troubleshooting method. Structured يعني بالدور. Structure. There is a structure. You start from physical, then you go to data link, then you go to network, transport, then the application. Now we have the other method is top-down. Yeah, now if you come and tell me, okay, my work, I have a file in packet tracer and I want to open it in my packet tracer, but my packet tracer does not open it. What you will check? The cable? You will check not that. You will not check the cable. You will check the application. You will check your packet tracer. Is it up to date or not? So this is, you have to decide when to check the physical layer, when to check the application layer. إذا المشكلة بالبرنامج itself, program itself, so you have to check the application, layer 7, okay? Or layer 5 of the TCP/IP. This is the top-down approach. These are some of the common problems. Please read them, look at them. You will find that you have faced some of these in your work, okay? Physical connection, components, hardware. By the way, physical problems do not include, Shabab, please remember, when we talk about physical problems, they don't include software problems. Logical is different. Okay? Even the configuration of the device. Okay? So you have, these are some of the most common layer 1, device receiving power. Maybe it's off, CPU is off. Or maybe the cable, network cable is loose, or the incorrect cable is used, or a faulty cable is used, or faulty wireless access point. So you have to ensure that they are all working, and no, the LED even in your network card or on the access point is showing green light, not error or LED or flashing red. Okay. These are the commands. Please look at these commands: ipconfig, ping, netstat, traceRT, and nslookup. And this is ping. We know how what does it does. ipconfig, netstat, display network connections, traceRT, display the route taken to the destination, and nslookup directly queries the name server for the information on the destination domain. This is the nslookup. Okay. traceRT in desktop, but in the router you can put the command IP route. Okay. So here we have some screenshots of each one of them. This is the IP config that we have used. ipconfig all/all will give you all informations, including the MAC address, DNS. ipconfig alone will give you summary information. ipconfig/all will give you detailed information. You have also ipconfig/release. It will release the current DHCP bindings, so that you will get a new IP address, fresh IP address. Renew is to obtain a new DHCP bindings. Ping command. This is the most used network utility. It tests whether or not network devices are reachable. If I want to test my own device, I will put test ping and then what? Loopback address 127.0.0.1. Okay. You can also ping to a name, like ping space. You can try it now. www.cisco.com, for example, or hp.com. Okay. This will verifies not only connection, but also if the DNS is okay. This is your ping results. Ping also have some parameters. If you add them, it will give you more details. Okay. Like here you see, ping-t, ping the specified host until stopped. Wow, so it will keep pinging, huh? Another method for troubleshooting is divide and conquer with ping. Yani, if I have a problem here, look, if I have a problem here, I need to isolate. So if I don't have, if let's say my computer cannot access the internet, first of all, I will make sure that everything is okay on my part here. Then I can go and check on the router side, on the wireless router connection. So this is, we call it divide. So you divide your troubleshooting into areas. We call it divide and conquer. يعني قص جزء المشكلة. Okay. traceRT command is very useful. This is a screenshot of traceRT. So if we traceRT cisco.com, it will show me the hubs to Cisco. So it will show and how much it took to reach Cisco. So it doesn't go directly. It has to go through your local router. Then it will go from here to another hub. عشان هيك بسميها route. Okay. The netstat command to verify active TCP connections and list the protocols in use. It's very important. Sometimes you notice that your computer is very slow. And maybe you are worried that someone is maybe accessing your computer remotely and running some applications. So how do you find out what's running currently on my computer and my network? You put the command netstat. It will show you all the active TCP connections on your computer. So if you find that my FTP is running while you are not using FTP, then you think twice. Okay. The NS lookup, okay, if you have like more than DNS server, okay, so the ISP provides the addresses to be used for the DNS server. Okay, the NS lookup allows the user to manually query the name servers to resolve a given host name. All right, so here if I put NS lookup, okay, it will show you your DNS. By the way, those people who are doing ethical hacking course, they learn also about these commands. Yeah, okay. It can be used for troubleshooting. So when issued, the default DNS server configured for your host is displayed, and the name of a host or domain can be entered at the NS lookup prompt as well. Okay. Any questions about this troubleshooting?